amongst the high dunes and hillocks lie undulating fairways that provide the uneven pathway to pure greens, built into a landscape that has been shaped by Mother Nature.
I was going to say that to you. I've been learning it for the past 10 minutes.
Let's hear it.
Long may your long reek.
Lang.
Say it again.
Lang.
Long may your long reek.
Long.
Oh.
Lang. Like
Lang.
an L-E-N-G. Lang.
Lang. So
may your lum rick.
Lang may your lum reek.
Your lum rick.
Your lum rick.
Rick.
Lang may your lum reek.
Aye.
How was that?
That's beautiful.
Right, it's day 3 in Aberdeenshire. We are very much up north. We're at Fraserburgh, right on the coastline. Some big dunes behind you that you can't see right now. We can see a flag that's bent sideways. Scottish flag is waving there in the wind. It's a wee bit windy, to say the least. Come on, here we go. Oh, it's drifting over to that left hand side and there's a burn all the way down there. We shall see. Right, a chance for a par on a brutal opening hole. Oh no, missed down the left. Missed down the left. Still going. Still going. Chance for a par. And in the end, a bogey start, which probably expected from the first tee. That wind is brutal.
It's what I like to call proper golf. All your skill, guile and imagination is required to navigate your way from tee to green. You're now answerable to the course and the elements, and I gotta say, I love it.
And I'll go on a lot about views when I play golf because it's a mega important part of my enjoyment anyway. So a brutal first 2 holes, a real battle there, and then you get on the top of the 3rd tee and the hole itself looks fantastic, but just look at the views across the bay, the harbour over there on the left. Huge fishing port, as I understand, at Fraserburgh and Peterhead a bit further up the coast there. Like a solid drive here on 3, and but I've literally where that pin position is, I've got not much of a shot, to be honest with you. I don't fancy throwing it up and over the bunker because chances are that'll end up in it. So I'm just going to go round the side if I can. Yeah, do you know what? It was a safe option, but probably the right one. I think that chip was the right shot, you know, or chip and run was the right shot. It's got me to pin iron. I don't think I could have realistically got any closer by throwing it over the top of that. Can I hold a birdie? Chance. Oh, do you know what? I don't think I've held a putt all week. Right, I've just met Sandy Brown, and you remember here, Sandy?
That's correct.
How long have you been a member?
About 14 years.
14 years?
Yeah.
And what do you reckon of this place?
Fantastic.
It is, isn't it?
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Really, and especially in days like this.
Yeah. There's a bit of a breeze, isn't there?
A bit of a breeze, and not 2 days the same.
No. So even for me, as what's considered a lightweight southerner up in these parts, I'm allowed to say this is windy, am I?
Well, yes, right.
Get away with that today.
That's right.
Right, I'm on to hole number 7. Just took a little bit of a shielded position because I've not been able to speak too much. It is brutal, the conditions are really tough. Stepping out the car this morning, you do think, oh wow, that's a little bit too much. But I've got to say, the course has been amazing. It requires a lot of sort of creativity. I know the wind is adding to that, and that ability to sort of flight that ball down a bit is needed more than ever. But as you can see, coming into greens in particular, creativity, imagination is very much needed. And a great par 3 that we've come to on the 7th. Tee a bit further back when you feel a bit more brave. Based on the conditions, we're off the yellows. It's only 130, tiny little green. The wind is really howling all the time off the right, so it's judging club is difficult really. It's always nice to either have the wind sort of either with you or against you. This is quite tough. Right, come on wind, do your stuff. Do your stuff, wind. Oh, it hasn't done a thing. Hasn't done a thing. Is it staying up? Oh, it's just short of that pot bunker, which was the line I aimed at, and I can't believe it stayed there. What a lovely little par 3 that is. Why is it the wind never helps you? It needed literally this camber off this slope. The tee shot looked perfect. Anyway, come on, up and down. It's got to sit on that backstop. A bit of a backstop there. Yeah. It was over a bit of a ridge here, down the slope, and then I knew I had a bit of a, you won't be able to see from the camera there, but there's severe backstop here. So I knew it could be a tad more aggressive, but still leaves a lot for par. And when you think this was just 130 yards, it just shows how difficult a par 3 can be if it's designed properly. Swing, swing, swing. Oh, again, you won't be able to see from back there just how much that did swing, but believe me, it was a lot, and it was nice to see it go in the hole. Can we birdie the hillocks? Oh, Jesus, the answer's no. Oh, that looked in all the way. But yet again, the putter lets me down. Come on, and I sometimes wondered when we titled this series Scotland's Less Obvious, was it, well, some ways a little unfair. What we try to do is obviously highlight courses that very much like I'm filming up this morning, but less obvious might be the title, but in terms of their quality, they're absolutely superb. And stick this one on your list. Fraserburgh, sorry, has been fantastic. This is the 14th of a super par 3, and there's been a few of them. That could be good. And is the club right? Is the club right? Sit down. Oh yeah, heart of the green. Take that any day of the week. There's a bit of a ridge in it, but I think that's the safest bet. Pin right at the very back today. But yeah, another great golf hole. Three putt, and yeah, still smiling. That was a long way short, you know, that flag was another, and then I was much as 20 yards on. It was at least a club short, and yeah, 3 stab at it. But there you go. Great hole on 16, really sort of framed really nicely by the dunes, and some bunkers either side. Bravely going with driver. That's a decent ball, and you know what, that could be the best drive of it today. That is right down the middle. That's a long way down. That is a good drive. Well, driver was a bold choice. It's worked out really well for me. I'm going to go again with that low one. Feed it in. Come on, ball, do something decent and go in. Oh, it's the next best. That's That's nicely played, drive and little 8-iron chip and run. Leading up to 16, and I haven't mentioned, is the revetted bunkers, and the condition of everything around the course has been superb. Again, condition of the greens and fringes, immaculate. That whole thing, and I talk about them all the time, where these run-offs have been apparent throughout, and again, that same old statement, if we do the filming, if we do it any justice, then hopefully you can pick that up from what we've achieved, what we're trying to achieve. But this is probably the best hole I've played in terms of tee to green, and the easiest or shortest birdie chance I've had. And I've failed miserably on each attempt so far. Come on. Oh. And he failed again. Well, everything was good apart from the putt. Fantastic links golf course, a dramatic setting, backdrop, dunes, revetted bunkers, great greens. I don't know, it's just it is a real top track, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, and it finishes off my Aberdeenshire series. So as ever, thank you all for watching, and if you get a chance, then never turn it down to come and play Fraserburgh, because yet again, I can promise you, you won't be disappointed.
That's grand.
What's the best we can do?
I can't even give you a bosey.
Can't even give you a bosey.
A grand run of waste.
You're missing a lesson in life. Flora will give it to you.
Yeah, just come and see me.
It's gone fantastic. Thanks.
I've been round the horn a few times.
You've been round the horn. I'll give you all your help.
You're very welcome, Dan.
Right, I'm sat here with Eddie, who describes himself. I asked him what his job role was, and he said just a committee member. But it's fair to say you do a fair bit up here, Eddie. Put a few hours in.
Yeah, I put a few hours in. I've actually got a day job, but sometimes do say you're here more than you're actually at your day job. But
Yeah, it's a lot of commitment that you put in and effort.
yeah, it's worth it though. You see things progressing, it is.
Yeah.
It's worth it,
Well, I spoke to a few members out on the course, because this is sort of post round, and they're all saying what a fantastic job the committee are doing. So hats off to you. But I want to get back to, first of all, their history behind Fraserburgh, the 7th oldest golf club in the
Yeah,
world.
it certainly is. Yeah, I mean, it was constituted in April 1777.
Right.
And it was actually in the town. The golf was played in the town to start with, and then we relocated out here in 1891.
Okay.
When a local peer, Lord Sultan, he gifted the land that the course is currently sat on. He gifted the land back in 1891, and
That's where you've been here since.
Been here since, yeah. So that's where we can lay claim to being the 7th oldest club in the world.
Yeah, sure.
As opposed to course.
Yeah.
5th oldest in Scotland, and we believe to be the oldest in the world that's still operating under its original name.
Fantastic.
Which is another sort of nice thing.
Well, one of the things is some great holes which we will have shown and will show throughout this video, but the 13th hole, the Hillocks, which is, I've played that hole, fantastic hole, but again there's a bit of a story behind that one as well.
Kyle France, who was the sort of course designer for the Olympic course in Rio,
yes,
he spent a winter in Fraserburgh, and he modelled the 9th hole in the Rio Olympic course on the
Hillocks.
On the 13th Fraserburgh, so that's another bit of history.
Claim to fame.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great little golf hole as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
I can imagine you get into all kinds of trouble.
The green and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's a nice hole.
Well, I only learnt the word hillocks a few days back, and it's appeared in the name of the hole
You'll learn
today.
a few new words up this way.
Well,
the woods.
that's the last thing I want to ask you about. Is a few days ago I was introduced to a language, Doric.
Yeah.
And that's so. What's the region would you say that would is spoken?
It's probably sort of, I mean, Aberdeen. It's like northeast Nuke.
Yes.
It's sort of local accent or dialect. The term's Doric.
Yes.
And there's some weird and wonderful sort of words.
Well, again, I met a gentleman. Fit like is a kind of greeting, isn't
Yeah.
it? So I've got that one in the bag.
Fit like it's like sort of how you doing, you keep them well. Or
Yes.
There's like fous your do's.
Fous your do's.
There's a similar sort of one.
Greeting.
And even the game of golf. Some people don't even term it a game of golf. It's golf. It's like GOWF.
Right.
So,
It's great to see that language still spoken.
oh
to be
yeah.
fair.
Well, then you got boys and girls. It's loons and quines.
Right. I've met a few loons in my times. Is that a boy or a girl?
Loon is a boy.
Right.
And quine is a girl.
Right.
So, there's actually a Doric dictionary.
Is there really?
Yeah, there's a Doric dictionary.
Yeah.
It's,
Is there many Doric swear words? Because I could have done with a few of them when I'm out there.
I can't think any of
Is there
that.
not? No, well, don't repeat them anyway.
No, definitely not. But no, it's just heritage, is it?
Yeah, it's
just part-
fantastic. I
part
love
of
it.
where
Yeah.
you come from, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What a
It's
good
just,
thing.
Yeah, and actually do teach it in the schools as
Do
well.
they as well? All right.
It was discouraged for a while, but they actually encourage it.
How good is that?
They do poems and stuff in Doric.
Right. Well, you're doing a fantastic job. It's a great
Yeah.
golf course, and I hope this video can show it off and encourage a few more people to get up here, because nice friendly bunch.
That's
So
what we're after, yeah.
thanks for your hospitality, Eddie.
No
anyway.
problem.
Thank you. We
Thank
can't
you very
shake
much.
hands, mate. How about that?
No, that's it.
Cheers,
All
bud.
good.
My trip to Aberdeenshire ended in another fantastic hotel. This time it was Meldrum House, a 13th century mansion with its own golf course. This place is pure luxury, but there was only one way to end this trip, and it was a visit to the cave bar. Good night.